Coming up on NAZ Today.
A local long-distance runner reflects on his upcoming Boston Marathon run. Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Sierra Ferguson.
And I'm student anchor Adrian Garola. Thanks for joining us. Prescott Valley Police are investigating the death of a 17-year-old boy who was found on Tracy Drive with multiple gunshot wounds. Authorities suspect a homicide and encourage anyone with information to step forward. The number for Yavapai Silent Witness is 1-800-93-2323.
And a Flagstaff local prepares to step up to the start line at the Boston Marathon. Professional runner Nick Archinaga is a coach for Team Run Flag, a member of Run Flag Pro, and has placed 8th in the 2012 Olympic trials. This Monday, he will run his 3rd Boston Marathon. Archinaga agreed to sit down with NAZ Today to discuss his feelings about his upcoming race.
I expect to, again, finish top 10 at the Boston. My goal is to be able to finish top 5 and hopefully make my way onto the podium, try to race against the competitors rather than against the clock. I mean, I feel like the field, the American field, for one, is just immense this year. And it's for that reason we want to show our support to the Boston Marathon and show that it's an event that the community is really behind. In terms of security, I've seen at previous races since Boston, they've upped security at every single race, like more police officers, more crowd control gates, and even with backpacks, bags, people are only allowed to walk around streets with clear bags, like having backpacks on and everything like that. You're going to get stopped and you're going to be checked out, and I think most people will be accepting of that considering the events of last year. In the back of my mind, I'm going to be thinking about the events that happened last year, more so just try to run as a tribute to those who were caught in the blasts and injured.
We here at NAZ Today would like to wish Nick and all the Flagstaff runners luck as they take on the Boston Marathon.
The Nobel Prize winner and renowned author of 100 Years of Solitude, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, died today at age 87. The Colombian native's literary contributions will likely remain on required reading lists for years to come. Planned Parenthood is an organization that seems to always find itself right in the thick of political controversy.
That's right, Adrian. Planned Parenthood is right in the middle of yet another legislative debate. And Imani Payne has the details for us. Imani?
Thanks, Sierra. Well, a new bill that's just been signed into law may infringe on the rights of your wives, sisters, and daughters. House Bill 2284, signed into law by Governor Jan Brewer, allows for unannounced inspections to occur at abortion providers. Planned Parenthood and the American Civil Liberties Union of Arizona have deemed the law unconstitutional. I sat down with Planned Parenthood Arizona President Brian Howard to discuss the issue. So, as we know, on Tuesday, Governor Jan Brewer signed into law House Bill 2284, which allows for unannounced inspections at any abortion provider. So I have to ask, why is this such a huge concern for you and your organization?
Our concern is that a politically motivated health inspector could use that to disrupt care.
So privacy and harassment have been issues that have been brought forward, and Planned Parenthood came forward and said, they find this law unconstitutional even. How so?
Women receiving abortion care are being, they're not treated the same way every other woman seeking health care is treated. They face protests. Their providers need to wear bulletproof vests. They have to go through waiting periods.
Now, this isn't the first time that Planned Parenthood and the courts have kind of bumped heads. Back at the beginning of April, Judge Seabury released a law that makes it a little bit harder for women to receive the abortion pill. So I'm curious as to why you think they're coming down so hard on abortion care providers.
Really a small segment of the population that doesn't believe that women should be making their own healthcare decisions, that they shouldn't have that degree of autonomy in their lives. I think that there are more politicians who are a little bit more cynical and simply use this issue to get themselves elected. But if this were about women's health, then the people who are talking about women's health wouldn't be protesting in front of women's health centers. If they really were concerned about women's health, they wouldn't be forcing women to go through waiting periods. And they wouldn't be saying that women had to use 14-year-old health care.
So what are your thoughts on Brewer? Do you think through all of this she really does have women's best interests at heart?
Planned Parenthood believes you protect women by trusting them, respecting them, and enabling them to make their own decisions for their circumstances and for their family. Governor Brewer believes that women are better off if the state takes a more active role in making decisions for them and for their health care. I doubt she thinks she's doing harm. She probably thinks she's doing good, but it's a pretty paternalistic way to think about women and their intelligence and their ability to make the best decisions in their own lives.
Okay, well thank you so much.
Walnut Canyon National Monument was once home to the Sinawa people. Tonight we bring you a look at their ancient homes.
The ancient Sinawa people made their home at Walnut Canyon, now a national monument. Sin Agua means without water, which points to the fact that these people learned to make the most of scant resources.
We know that they would have been very skilled at dealing with an arid environment. They would have been really good at harvesting and collecting rainwater and snowmelt.
And they made use of natural overhangs.
They're great protection from the wind, from the weather, but you would also, when you're building a structure, you already have your roof and you have one back wall. The height of occupation, probably close to a couple hundred people could have lived in this area. So we know that people lived in these alcoves from approximately 1100 AD to about 1300 AD, with the peak of people we think is probably about 1250.
Easter holiday it keeps on giving in downtown Flagstaff.
A memorial for man's best friend is built to honor those that have fallen, protecting those in the community.
We've had some beautiful weather here the past few days, but we might have a storm here coming in pretty soon. I'll tell you what to expect for your Easter weekend.
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. We've got Northern Arizona's biggest selection of always changing certified pre-owned vehicles. All receive a thorough 172-point vehicle inspection, a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty, and 2 years of free maintenance, including all oil changes. You can count on our certified pre-owns just as you can count on our relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
And we're out. You got plans?
You bet. $50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me. What's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plates. Plates?
Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Welcome back. You might have seen some locals on a quest searching for hidden Easter eggs around Flagstaff. The Independent Business Alliance in Flagstaff is running the Eggstravaganza, an egg hunt to promote locally owned businesses and stores. NAZ Today's Kaylee George tells us more.
Egg hunt is on in the Flagstaff community, but it's not Peter Cottontail leaving behind little treasures. It's the Flagstaff Independent Business Alliance. Moan Hen is the director of Friends of Flagstaff Future. Her organization is partnered with the Independent Business Alliance to create this Easter Eggstravaganza.
It includes these awesome eggs that are hidden around town at different local businesses and just different locations around town.
The eggs, hidden daily around downtown, contain gift certificates to local stores. The importance of this Easter Eggstravaganza? The community needs it.
It's an ongoing struggle for locally owned businesses, and so really it's up to consumers to make a conscious shopping decision and choice and shop locally.
As a local business owner, Flagstaff Fizzy Bella's Elise Fisher understands the significance of shopping locally.
I'm invested in shopping at local businesses because I know that money is going to stay here. You're paying for my daughter to take Taekwondo lessons, and you're supporting somebody that has a vested interest in the community.
Shopping at locally owned stores not only supports friends and neighbors in our community, but fuels money circulation, tax revenue, and jobs. This event is one way to get the word out.
One big action that we can all do, which is fun, is really looking for these Easter eggs and then supporting locally owned businesses.
If you need a hint of where to start your search, check out Flagstaff Shop Indies Facebook page.
Not only are dogs man's best friend, but they are also an important part of Arizona's public safety. The state's canine police units are integral parts of the police force. These dogs and their handlers put their safety in jeopardy every day to keep Arizona communities safe. A memorial was erected in Phoenix to honor the canines who lost their lives in the line of duty. Here to explain more about the memorial are our colleagues at ACTV.
Elvis is an 11-month-old dog who enjoys playing. However, this Belgian Shepherd Malinois is anything but ordinary. Officer Brian Cochran, a handler with the Mesa Police Canine Department, has been training Elvis for 6 weeks to become part of the force.
We don't typically start them on the street until they're at least 18 months to 2 years. This dog's kind of an exception to the rule because we got him so young.
After his training is complete, Elvis could encounter many dangerous situations with a high potential for death. Officer Gordon Leitz with the Mesa Police Canine Department knows all too well what it's like to lose a partner and wanted to honor the fallen heroes.
In 2004, we decided to go ahead. At the time, I was president of the Canine Association, and my goal was to establish a canine memorial for our lost partners that were killed in the line of duty.
The memorial has 26 names on its base. Officer Tim Norton, a canine handler for the Phoenix Police Department, has worked with many dogs, but he remembers one name in particular.
RJ, he was killed by a suspect. Suspect ran him over. They got in a foot pursuit of him. They chased him. He got into a car and hit the dog purposely with the car. I think it's important so that the people know, the citizens of Arizona know that, hey, not only do police officers put their lives on the line, these dogs put their lives on the line to save us. Not only handlers, but other police officers and possibly citizens outside the police department as well.
The memorial pays tribute to the fallen canines like RJ and creates a legacy for new recruits such as Elvis to follow. For Arizona Capital Television, I'm Eduardo Garcia.
For those over the age of 55, dentures are often a reality, and for some, a big inconvenience. However, with new dental technology, many younger people will never know what it's like to have dentures, thanks to a brand new procedure. Here's today's Health Minute.
With the birth of a new grandchild, Charlie Thrush had a lot to be happy about. And that's a good thing because he also had a brand new smile.
Now, how does it feel?
Fine.
Feels good?
Feels good.
And then the bite's fine?
At the age of 18, Charlie had a serious gum disease called apyria that caused him to lose his teeth. For over 50 years, he has worn dentures, which have had their drawbacks.
Okay, good.
I was having problems with them staying in my mouth, number one.
Then Charlie heard about a dental imaging procedure that makes precise dentures through measurements programmed into a computer. The computer makes a 3D image model that is used to make the dentures. The fit is more exact, which means less slipping. The dentures are more natural and provide other health benefits.
You have less sore spots, and with the better fit dentures, you have less bone loss. With the better fit denture, you'll have less adherence of the bacteria to the denture, so you have less denture smell. Can you take the upper denture from me, please?
And because fitting only requires 2 visits, it also means less time at the doctor's office. And that's just fine with Charlie, who would rather be with his granddaughter than in a dentist chair.
Everybody that looks at me says, you have beautiful teeth. I don't tell them they're false. I tell them, thank you.
Well, it was a lovely spring day today. Will the holiday weekend continue to be as lovely? Brooke Cal knows.
And the NAU football team is working on their new running back situation. Find out more coming up.
best to rest all your laurels on a saint, 'cause we're all going down in a ball of hot fire. In a ball of hot fire.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
Keep up with NAZ Today by adding us on Facebook, following our Twitter account at NAZ Today, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Stay connected with us no matter where you are.
I'm student forecaster Brooke Kell. Thanks for joining us here today. Another warm, sunny day we had today, but that might change here in a little bit. Although we did break the norm for our low temperatures for the early morning. We reached 27 degrees, which is just 2 degrees lower than our normal for this time of year. Our precipitation levels are still pretty low. Hopefully the storm that I will be talking about in a little bit will help with that. But for our temperature today, it was 69 degrees, hot outside, 10 degrees above the normal for this time of year. Again, not quite record-breaking temperatures. I wish, but not quite. Maybe for Easter weekend, we'll get there. But so for our highs all around the state, we'll continue that warm trend. Of course, Flagstaff was the lowest, but nothing's changed there. 80 degrees up there in Page, 85 in Kingman it reached, and 94 down there in Payson, 86 in Camp Verde today. Pretty hot all around the state, but those temperatures will start to change. As you can see on this national satellite here, we will start getting this storm that I have been talking about. It will start making its way into northern Arizona. It'll get to us Friday, Saturday, moving kind of slow, nothing too big, nothing huge. I'm not talking snow or huge rain showers, but we will get some rain. And that's moving right on in here from the Pacific, moving into northern Arizona. Now, for your current temperature right now, sunny, nice outside, 64 degrees, 17 with the humidity, and only 14-mile-per-hour winds, which is nothing for us here in Flagstaff. Nothing we haven't handled before. Tonight, it will be a little bit warmer than normal, 34 degrees. With those increasing clouds that will be coming in, though, from that storm, it will start to get a little more cloudy. Sunset is at 7:01, so make sure you catch that after the show. Should be pretty. Tomorrow, it will reach down to when those rain showers start to come in. It'll be 63 degrees with those increasing clouds. Late rain showers, not quite, because the storm is going to take a little bit of time to get into us, but it will get to us later tomorrow. For you guys around the state, like I said, pretty warm, but temperatures are going to start lowering for us here in northern Arizona all throughout the state. 79 in Page, 76 in Kingman, 76 down in Sedona, 85 in Phoenix, and 85 in Lake Havasu. Still not really hot over in the east side of Flagstaff of Arizona either. For your 5-day extended forecast, we will be losing those rain showers for the Easter holiday, but it will be raining Friday through Saturday. Sunday, beautiful day for Easter. It's looking nice up here as those temperatures will start to rise throughout next week with a little wind coming in on Tuesday. Sedona down there for you guys as well. You will get rain Friday through Saturday, late Friday through Saturday. Happy Easter for you guys on Sunday as your temperatures will start to rise throughout the rest of the week again.
I'm excited to see some rain come in. It looks like summer's headed our way, huh?
Yeah, soak up the sun while you can. I mean, there's probably an hour or so left.
Well, thanks, Brooke. What do we have in sports, Kaylee?
Well, with this warm weather, there's definitely so much baseball and softball with high school sports. I'll tell you more about it coming up.
Was I light, heavy? I wasn't getting...
can restore southwestern forests.
We are working to create sustainable wildlands.
Healthier forests.
Healthier watersheds.
Healthier grasslands.
Healthier meadows.
Healthier streams.
Healthier trees.
Healthier wildlife habitat. Healthier wildflowers.
Healthier soils. Healthier fire conditions.
We're putting fire back into the ecosystem.
We need healthier economies.
Sustainable jobs. Sustainable communities.
At the Ecological Restoration Institute, we're finding solutions to unhealthy ecosystems.
That's what we do. That's what I do.
I'm with the Ecological Restoration Institute at Northern Arizona University.
I'm with ERI.
We're at NAU. Let's restore.
Let's restore.
Let's restore southwestern forests.
There's only 3 weeks left of high school baseball and softball, which means that these boys and girls will be stepping up their game to end the season strong. Yesterday evening, the Flagstaff boys baseball team was on the road at Bradshaw Mountain. They ended the game strong, beating the Bears 12-6. The Eagles' next game is Friday at Dysart, and the Flagstaff Lady Eagles softball team hosted Bradshaw Mountain yesterday for a nice home shutout win against the Bears, 10-0. The Lady Eagles played earlier today at Winslow, as scores from this game have not yet been released. And over at Coconino High yesterday, it was an exciting game that consisted of runs coming in left and right. The boys' baseball team was over at Boulder Creek yesterday and just couldn't stop running into home plate. But then again, neither could the Jaguars. The Panthers would end the tied ball game 15-15. They currently hold a 16-6-1 overall record, as their next game is at home on Friday against Mingus Union at 3:30. And the NPA Spartans had a busy day yesterday, as well as they were over in Williams to take on the Bulldogs. The boys baseball team lost to Williams 8-3, and then the girls softball team was right next to them, taking a 7-6 loss. Despite walking away from these losses, the boys are 13-8 overall, and the girls are 8-4 overall. The Spartans baseball team actually played earlier today, as their game has just ended in Red Mesa. The boys beat the Redskins by mercy rule 25-5 in 5 innings. And this warm weather is spreading through Flagstaff, as the NAU football team is warming up their practices with the season right around the corner. Sports reporter Alex Lucero headed out to one of their practices to see the new running backs group for this upcoming year.
NAU football is back in Flagstaff, and the Lumberjacks are hoping for another great season. They'll have to do it, however, without NAU's all-time leading rusher, Zach Bauman, who graduates in May. And so begins NAU football is back in Flagstaff, and the Lumberjacks are hoping for another great season. They'll have to do it, however, without NAU's all-time leading rusher, Zach Bauman, who graduates in May. And so begins a new era at the running back position. Coach Jerome Sowers talks about replacing Zach.
Well, Zach's a great player, and, he left a huge footprint for our running backs to follow. But Casey Young is a very talented running back, as is Corbin Junty.
Casey Young is the probable starting running back, but his leadership has already grown this spring, according to Coach Jimmy Beal.
Casey's doing really well. He got to sit behind a really good leader in Zach, and he just stepped right in. He stepped right in. He's leading the guys, being very vocal, and just setting an example by his play and by his leadership.
It's a big responsibility, but playing behind Zach for the last 2 years has really taught me well, and I learned a lot of stuff from him, and I'm just going to hopefully keep the ball rolling this next season.
The new running back group is ready for another season, but Coach Beal says there's still room for improvement.
We want to showcase that we are a physical team. We got some bigger backs, but all the backs are now bigger than Zach was, and we feel we can show that we can hurt some guys, and we can pound the ball and stay between the tackles and do what we do.
Without Zach, the offensive play calling may have to change for Coach Sowers.
When you have Zach Bauman, you tend to use him. You feed him the ball, but what I expect to see is that we're going to be more balanced, and we'll spread the ball around and try to achieve better production with balance.
And with balance, the team hopes for a shot at a Big Sky championship.
To win the Big Sky and just lead the team as a running back.
We'll see if these running backs can bring a title to NAU.
1, 2, 3.
For NAZ Today, I'm Alex Lucero.
The Lumberjacks spring game is next Saturday at 2 o'clock. And the Arizona Diamondbacks took on the New York Mets to end the series, and well, Let's just say that the Diamondbacks are struggling. The D-backs lost to the Mets 5-2 in the last game of their series yesterday. Arizona is ranked 5th in the NL Western Division with a league-worst 4-14 record as they have a 1-11 record at Chase Field. The D-backs have some time to rest before their second series against the Dodgers in Los Angeles starting Friday. And for anyone who missed it last night, it was the last game for the Phoenix Suns this season as they ended it in Sacramento. We're going to take you here into the fourth quarter. Gerald Green has the ball and can't really find anyone but himself, so he's going to drain this three. Coming up close to the end of the first, as Sacramento plays hot potato with the ball to Ben McLemore for the jump shot. 24-19, Sacramento loses the ball for Ish Smith to take this down the court for the tough layup just as the quarter comes to an end. Second quarter, now Suns pass it to Archie Goodwin, who's going to just posterize the Kings. Suns down by 2 as Ray McCollum attempts the pass, but Archie Goodwin is there for the steal and the throwdown. End of the second for Ish Smith to go for the layup right here, and he's going to miss this, but Archie Goodwin gets the ball and he's going to finish that. Suns would win this game 104-99 to end their season. So
I'm glad they ended on a good note.
That is something that I think we all can be happy about. It sucks that they did not get into the playoffs, but they ended with a win, and that's good to know.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be right back.
I was an ordinary guy, but I switched to Suddenlink's new internet, and now I can't stop being awesome, because it's the fastest in town. Downloads, uploads, any kind of load, everything just flows at speeds 13 times faster than phone company DSL. Even when the whole family is online, there's no buffering. With DSL, we were suffering. Yep, anything the phone company can do, I can do faster. Now that I have the next big thing from Suddenlink. Now that I have a house full of easy.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Aww. You should pick that up.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
For you.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
All right, here's a little weather recap for you. Friday, Saturday, showers. Late Friday, moving into Saturday, but it will be beautiful for Easter. And then we'll move our temperatures back up throughout next week. For you down there in Sedona, you have rain showers again late Friday and Saturday for you down there as well. But happy Easter, as you'll have a beautiful day down there. A little windy on Tuesday, but it's looking beautiful for you guys next week.
Well, that's all the news and weather we have for you tonight. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.